Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people.
Single on fish!
Single on fish.
Welcome. It's The Odds Couple. It is Chapter 6, Week 47. Week 47, that means 5 weeks from Week 0. And the college football season getting underway. That's right. We got a lot to talk about on the program today, including SEC Media Days going on this week. We'll talk about what's going on at SEC Media Days, and we'll look at the SEC over-under totals for the upcoming season as well. We'll look back at what's happened the last couple of days with Major League Baseball having a great night on Tuesday night in Atlanta. We'll discuss that. And also we got our top 5 today. We'll look at SEC quarterbacks in our top 5. We will also have fish nuggets and some free picks at the end of the show. So all of that coming up on the show today. Lang Whitaker is here. Hello, Lang. How are you?
Yeah, my college football season has already started.
Yep, you're underway.
I'm underway. I'm in my sophomore season as the quarterback at Cincinnati.
Oh, congratulations.
On NCAA 26, which just came out 2 weeks ago.
All right. How'd you get to Cincinnati?
Well, it was a circuitous route. You can create a prospect, and you can choose how many stars you want to be. And I was like, well, 5 stars, that's no fun. Like, let me try to work. I want to be a Stetson Bennett here. I want to start. And so I chose to be a 2-star prospect. The problem with that is the best offer I got was from Georgia Tech. So I was like, all right, I'll commit to Georgia Tech. I went there, didn't play one play the whole freshman year. You didn't even put me in the game once.
Yeah.
And I was furious. So, and then you can't improve unless you play in the game. You can't get your rating up. It's pretty realistic.
Yeah.
So at the end of the year, I hit the transfer portal, and Dan Mullen at UNLV said, come over here, I'll let you compete for the job. I went to UNLV. He played me 2 snaps the whole year. So at the end of that, Cincinnati offered me the new coach at Cincinnati in the game, Matt Rule.
Okay.
So who somehow got that job. So now I'm sophomore starting at Cincinnati, 3-2, off to a good start. But the problem is it's I almost feel like a high schooler game because I want to play the game, but I've been so busy working.
Work sucks.
That I don't have time to play
Right.
video games like I want to. I want to play video games and I can't.
I also feel like a high schooler. I watched my cousin play, went up to Nashville, hung out with him. By hung out, he sat on his couch. We sipped on something. He was playing the video game. He started as a 5-star, but the missions that you have in high school, he didn't do some of them, and so he lost stars. So as a 2-star, if you complete the missions, does your star rating go up?
Supposedly. I mean, the missions are teams ask you to put things on tape. So they're like, hey, we want to see you run a 2-minute drill, or we want to see you throw the ball over 25 yards on five passes in a game, or something like that. So you have all these different things. I don't know how I don't know if it goes down.
So it does go. I know it goes down, but you started as a 2-star. Did you go up at all, or did you finish
once you get to college,
2-star?
it doesn't tell you how many stars you are. It just gives you a rating. I'm like a 72 or something. But I need to also get a simultaneous dynasty going to where you get to be the head coach and recruit and all that stuff. I just haven't had time to do that at all.
Work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Life sucks.
Yeah.
It's a great game, though.
Oh.
Better than last year.
Awesome.
It's good.
CJ, how are you, man?
I'm all right. I'm good.
Good to see you.
I was at SWAC Media Day. Everything's fine down there. They're doing good things over there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And we can see more of that.
The episode's up now.
Oh, it's up now?
It's
Good.
up now, Grind City Media.
Okay.
The prominent thing is SWAC got their own network, only FCS conference with their own network. So there's a SWAC network. So I talked to the SWAC commissioner. I also talked to Arkansas Pine Bluff's head coach, Alonzo Hampton, and Alabama A&M's new head coach, Sam Shade, as well as a couple of regulars, Mo Carter, Fox 54, and out of Huntsville, and Donald Ware, Boxer Roll Media and Coaches Poll curator. So I talked to those people there. Go check it out.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, CJ. John Roser, how are you, sir?
Hey, what's up, Fish? Good.
I'm good.
Good. Yeah. Getting ready for football. I'm excited. SEC Media Days is here.
Yeah.
He just got back from Vegas.
Yeah,
Or a gambling.
just
trip.
got back from
Did
Vegas.
you gamble?
I was.
anything?
I gambled. I did place a bet Not in Vegas, because then I'd have to go back there to cash the bet, and it wouldn't be for enough money to even make that worth it. I did make a sports bet when I was there, and I won.
Nice.
I put money on Derek Lewis to win Saturday night in the UFC, and he did. And he did. Knocked the guy out in the first round. It was like, I got it at like plus 235.
Right.
Yeah, so I won that bet. But I did place a college football bet the other day, so we'll get to that.
Oh, we'll get to that. Okay. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Before we get to anything, however, we have an update on a story. The other day, Monday,
Roser missed this because he wasn't here.
Monday, we were talking about how Uno, it was joining the casinos, and it was coming to Las Vegas. But this statement put out, hey, Uno fans, the rumors come to our attention. There will be Uno tables on the casino floors in Las Vegas. Sounds wild, huh? Well, we hate to be the bearers of bad news, but the casino floor isn't ready for us yet. We've been told that while they do have tight security, it's not robust enough for Uno at this time.
Yeah.
This isn't a reverse card. While we get this sorted out, the Uno Social Club is rolling out to bars in L.A., New York, Chicago, Atlanta, and Austin this August. Stay wild, the Uno team. Well, we were trying to figure out how you'd get paid and how the game would actually work in Las Vegas and how you'd play Uno on a betting table. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about that. It's not going to happen now. I think the idea sounded kind of cool
Sounded great.
because it was something different and a game that everybody knows how to play.
Yeah, so that's the main thing. It's accessible.
It's like high card when you go
Yeah.
to Fremont Street.
Go
You play
fish,
high card.
whatever.
And
Yeah.
roll the nugget.
Yeah, it's an easy game. Although I think we were trying to figure out if you did gamble on Uno, like how would you gamble on Uno?
Yeah.
Like, do
I'm dead serious. I have not played Uno since I was a kid, so I have no idea how to play Uno.
it's
When
because
you
you don't.
played it as a kid, you could pick it up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Right,
it's not hard.
right. No, I figured it'd be like go fish.
Right.
Like, yeah, right. No. I get that. I think this is just a minor setback for a major comeback. They're gonna figure out how to do this.
They have to.
They absolutely will. Vegas has to get creative because I was out there, and let me tell you, for a burger, fries, and a drink, it's like $40. Like, everything is so expensive out there that like you're gonna price people out of things. And so you need to come up with creative ways to lure people there. And I think having Uno as a casino game could be one of the ways you could do it. Like, people will want to come out there and do that.
That is amazing about Vegas, though, because when I lived there, which was 25 years ago,
Yeah.
it was known for everything being so cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get a steak dinner for like $5.
You probably still can. In certain
If you
places.
go off the strip, you can find cheaper stuff. Like if you go to Fremont, like you can.
Oh, sure.
You can, or if you go to South Point or Palace Station, like those, you can find cheaper stuff. But on the strip, even cab rides, and you'd say, well, why don't you take Lyft or Uber? Because you have to wait for Lyft or Uber to get there. And right outside, at least where we stay, there's literally a line that goes down into a tunnel, and it's just cabs lined up. And they see you walk out, they're like, you want a cab? You're like, yep, how many? Two, right here. Cab drives up, boom, hop in, tell you where you're going, and they take you. They charge you like, if you pay with a credit card, they charge you like an extra like $5 fee just for using a credit card. Like, you take a cab. The cab ride that we took, I think, from the airport to our hotel when we got there, it was like 5 o'clock traffic. It's like almost $40 cab ride. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah. It used
See, everything's
used to be
expensive
different
out
back in the
there.
day.
It's also like
Everything's
price
expensive.
gouging because it's Summer League.
Yeah,
You know a lot of people
no,
there.
they absolutely do
If you
that
pick the right
too.
days, my wife has to go out there for work in September, and we're trying to figure out maybe my son and I'll go too. And like, I was looking at hotel prices, and I'm like, Wednesday, Thursday night, super cheap. Friday night, 8 times the price
Yeah.
or whatever. You know, like so if you pick the right days, it's more
So
accessible.
I'm going to in 2 weeks. I'm going to the National Sports Collectors Convention in Chicago. We booked our hotels and flight yesterday, and it's in Rosemont. It's right outside Chicago in Rosemont at their convention center, and they're expecting there's going to be over 100,000 people there. So the weekend before. If you book the weekend before their Rosemont flight, no, it is literally half the price of what it is the weekend we're going.
Yeah.
So when they know there's something big in town, they will. Yeah.
All right. Well, Uno could bring
Uno,
people
let's
to
get it
Vegas.
in the
could
casinos.
Bring the people back.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, last night were the ESPYs. Did we watch the ESPYs?
No, did not.
You didn't watch?
No.
No? Roser, did you watch?
No, I saw Shane Gillis' stuff on the internet, but like the
People
actual
love the Shane
ESPYs. I've
Gillis.
said this about the ESPYs. I don't need the ESPYs to tell me Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins best basketball player. The NBA already gave him the MVP. So,
I like the ESPYs because it's something to watch.
That's fair.
When there's nothing on.
Right. That's fair.
I mean, last night there was nothing on, and tonight there's nothing on.
Yeah, I watched.
There's Grizzlies Summer League.
Well, other than Grizzlies Summer League, but that's early, right? Yeah, that's early.
It is early.
But the ESPYs, I always find the ESPYs great because I think you get to see sports people in another,
I don't want to see that.
You get to see them speak and kind of speak
from
the heart.
I want to see them play
Alex
sports.
Morgan and Diana Taurasi were talking, it was, got me a little bit. ESPYs get me every year.
I don't want to see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander give a speech.
Oscar Robertson giving a speech, and he's the Mr. Classy, one of the maybe classiest NBA player ever.
All I saw with that was I saw Shane Gillis say, like, at the end of his monologue, he was like, seriously, there's like a lot of awesome people here, a lot of legends here. The first thing he goes, Oscar Robertson, and they panned Oscar Robertson, and Oscar Robertson's just like, I mean, he has no idea who Shane Gillis is. Oscar Robertson has no idea.
No idea.
Yeah. Shout out to the Big O, though.
And SGA won the Male Athlete of the Year. Right. Should have been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, for everything he accomplished this year.
My kid asked me last night, he was like, are these awards, is this where they give them the MVP award? And I was like, no, this is just an award. He goes, so it's just an award ESPN makes up? And I was like, yes. It's just, it's not a real thing. It's just like a ESPN makes up an award and makes you come to get it at this thing.
I think it's fair that he got it, though. Like, I mean, you won Finals MVP and regular season MVP. So, but yes, it's a totally. Who were the nominees?
I don't remember.
Shohei Ohtani, I'm sure. I'm sure Ohtani would have been a nominee. Jalen Hurts.
Ohtani was hurt last year.
But they won the World Series.
Yeah, but he didn't play the whole year, did he?
Yeah.
He was hurt at the beginning of the year.
He couldn't pitch,
and
right?
And his interpreter went to jail.
Yeah.
So,
well, he overcame that.
Supposedly, he went to jail. There's a story this week about he might not be there yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In Japan?
Back to Japan? Ippy?
They're digging up some more stuff, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Do we actually believe that Ohtani didn't know anything?
I don't. I think he definitely knew something.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
This is very similar to the if you believe Michael Jordan retired for gambling, like David Stern told, hey, man, you got to go away for a year.
I think it's different than that to me because it's more like this guy did something and then you say, did you know this guy? Did you know your best friend, the guy you're with 24/7, did something involving $20 million of your money?
Yeah.
Like, that's a crap load of money. Yeah, it's not like he borrowed $200 and did it. It's $20 million.
Yeah.
And you're like, nope, no idea. Sorry. Like, that feels a little
This isn't like
crazy.
an Office Space thing, Office Space where they're going to take fractions of a penny over a certain amount of time, but then what ends up happening is a glitch happens and it ends up taking like millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like,
even they didn't take $20 million.
Right. But like the company knew immediately, was like, hold on here, there's a lot of money gone. Like, if you're $20 million, like, you would know that is gone.
Yeah.
I think he knew.
All right. Baseball since Monday. We had the home run derby. Big Dumper won the home run derby. Cal Raleigh. He was fantastic. That was a fun show.
Yeah, it was cool that he had his dad pitching and his brother catching for him that night. The brother's like 15 or something. The one thing I noticed is like when his dad was pitching, and after one of the ABs, the dad walked off the mound, and he walked like a dad. Like he was limping, like he was like having trouble getting around.
He's got that gut.
And I was like, this is the future for all of us. Like we're gonna get there soon enough. But to see him walk that, I was like, I'm gonna get there one day, Mr. Raleigh.
Yeah, that's right.
Daddy
Dumper.
So Kyle Schwarber won MVP.
He did win MVP.
Well,
because he hit the 3 home runs on 3 pitches or whatever, and you can't win MVP for that. You can't win MVP for doing well in the home run derby off.
Was clearly the MVP.
Well, he won the game for him.
But like I got something against that because you're not actually like the MVP's got to come from the 9 innings when you actually play and what you do in that.
Well, the other thing was
Brent Rooker should have been the MVP. American League.
His team lost.
They were dead to rights. Dead to rights.
Yeah, and he
hit the 3-run homer to get him back in it. Who else played well for the National League? Give me somebody.
Pete Alonso hit a 3-run bomb.
Alonso was big.
Like actually in the game?
Yeah.
Then Pete Alonso should have won MVP.
but it didn't determine the outcome. Schwartz
Yeah, that's
did.
the thing. That won the game.
Did Pete Alonso hit a home run in the extra period? Because he was
He did.
in
He
it.
was
up
next.
Okay, but he didn't.
Schwarber,
He didn't,
yeah, Schwarber ended it. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Anyway,
I
the
thought
home
it was a
run- no,
great
you
night for
can't-
baseball.
You can't. You can't have the MVP be in the home run derby off. Like it's not the same because it's not like
No,
a
but
real.
it's like- it's
it's
like
not a real pitcher pitching to you.
sure it is.
Like no, it's like 70 miles an hour fastball. Like they're not. You don't have to guess what pitch is coming to you.
Isn't it like
Dude,
the?
You're not playing the
But
game.
the thing is, watching it,
I'm sure it was awesome.
There was drama.
No.
And there was so much excitement
here's
from
the
the
other-
players.
but here's
Like,
the
the
other thing.
teammates
I'm with you.
watching
It's
it. It was-
awesome.
It was so
Roser
much
and I
fun to
didn't watch it. We were here. We were working.
Yeah, we were here working. I'm with you that it's cool and an
was-
awesome
it
way
was
to
fun
end
to
it.
watch.
I just don't think you should be able to win MVP.
But
off of
isn't
that.
that be like winning the MVP for getting like a walk-off home run? Or like,
No, because there's a guessing game to the pitch that's coming to you, like in a walk-off
then,
home run
then
situation.
why don't they hit
like
a
the
home
bottom
run
of
on
the
every
ninth.
pitch in the home run derby?
Do what?
Why don't they hit a home run on every pitch in the home run derby? It's still hard to do. Like
Well,
it's
no,
not like
I know it's still hard
for
to
him
do.
to go 3 for 3 is like
I
pretty
know
cool.
it's still hard to do. I just think you should win MVP for it.
Yeah. Well, the third one he went to a knee too, which was impressive.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see the teammates and their excitement and how much they were into it.
My favorite thing
That's
was-
like
everybody was
this is
into
like
it. It
this
was-
is like
it was
ending.
cool.
This would be like ending an NBA game. Like we're not going to go to overtime. We're going to have a free throw contest.
If
Or a
the
three-
NBA,
or a
if
three-
the NBA All-Star game
Or
did
a
it,
3-point.
that'd be fine.
Well, the NBA All-Star game is
that would
not
make it more
fun.
exciting.
Well, and speaking of the NBA All-Star game, it was really nice to watch an All-Star game where guys care.
Oh, baseball's by far the best All-Star game. Hockey's good. Hockey's
Yeah.
good.
And baseball's closest to a game.
Yeah.
And it's just the best players.
My favorite
So-
part was when the pregame when they introduced the players. First of all, they had Jermaine Dupri and Ludacris, which
Yeah.
was great. Considering the NFL had Maroon 5 at the Super Bowl in Atlanta, like actually get some Atlanta artists
Yeah.
out there. But my favorite thing was when they announced the Mets players, the fans just loudly booed them all. The Mets players and the Phillies players just
Yeah.
got booed, even
Yeah.
in the
And
All-Star
Alonso
game.
tipped his cap, which I thought was great.
Lindor was like, and Schwarber got booed. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
And I like they're like, oh, Freddie Freeman. There was some boos mixed in there. On TV, they're like, oh, the fans love you, Freddie. You're welcome back here in Atlanta. I was like, boo at home. I was
Yeah.
Why do you ain't Freddie Freeman?
because he took the money and ran.
Well, they could have paid him.
No, they offered him about the same amount. His agent screwed it up for him, and he left. Then he ended up crying
then he
the whole next
cries
year.
about it.
Every time they interview him, he starts crying.
Damn.
Miss Atlanta.
I still don't like John Smoltz because of that.
Oh.
Oh.
Remember
and
when he left?
The mic'd up players during the All-Star game was
That was
awesome,
pretty
too.
cool. In the first inning, when they had the pitcher mic, the
Pitcher
Skubal,
and the
yeah.
catcher? Yeah, that was
and
cool.
you could hear Raleigh and Skubal like talking about it.
Yeah.
And the cool part is the pitcher couldn't actually speak to the catcher, so he was like, "I hope he's singing what I'm thinking. Let's go curveball here." And, yep, okay. You know,
The
it was
best
kind of
was
cool.
Kershaw
That's why
had-
the baseball All-Star game still ultimately it works better than football and basketball because football and basketball you're relying also on the effort of your other teammates out there, whereas baseball it is one-on-one ultimately. The
Yeah.
catcher calls it, but like it is pitcher versus batter, and it ain't like the batter is gonna be like, yeah, man, I want to strike out swinging or looking, or the pitcher's gonna be like, man, I want this dude to hit something 450 feet on me. Like in the NBA All-Star game, like, yeah, I don't want to get dunked on, so I'm just gonna move out of the way and not care on defense.
Yeah. It was great. Kershaw was mic'd up at one point, and in the middle of his windup, asked Smoltz what he should throw.
Yeah.
And Smoltz said, "How about a cutter?" And Kershaw says, "I don't throw a cutter." And he goes, "How about a slider?" And while he's in the motion of throwing the ball home, it was fascinating
That's
stuff.
awesome.
It was really cool to watch. All right, Summer League action. The Grizzlies in their last time out, they lost to the Golden State Warriors, 96-84. Lang, you've been watching this team over the last week. What stood out positively from the Grizzlies' last couple games?
The wing play has been good. Meshack's been great. Fleming's had some good games. Wells has been good. Defensively, they looked really good. They don't have any bigs though, and they don't have a point guard, and that seems to be like the two main problems and kind of the two things you might need in the. You know, it's not a real team; it's like a summer league team. Right. So the wing guys look really good, and defensively, Cam Spencer's been good. Like they all play pretty well, but they're getting out rebounded every game, and they don't really have someone to kind of organize the offense when they need it to be organized.
Yeah,
That's to me.
Roser, what stood out for you?
In Summer League?
Yeah.
They can't guard. The Grizzlies cannot guard the ball. I think depth. I think depth's the big thing. Even if you look at the game we did the other night, like the G.G. Jackson, who's coming off the illness, Jalen Wells, who has not shot the ball well at all, and some people got mad at me on Twitter when I said that the small forward position is going to be wide open in training camp, that starting spot, which I don't think is crazy because if Jalen Wells can win it over Marcus Smart last year, why can't Cedric Coward win it over Jalen Wells this year? I don't think that's crazy. But still, G.G. Jackson, Jalen Wells, Cam Spencer, and Jemai Mashek. They were all positives in the box score the other night. Yeah. Tells me that the depth is an issue there on this summer league team, and maybe not having Cedric Coward, not having Javon Small because of Small's injury and Coward's injury, that's probably hurting the depth there. And they don't really seem to have rim protection, which I think can be a problem for a lot of summer league teams. Like
or
you
rebounding.
Don't see and the rebounding. You don't see a lot of because some of this is comparable to what you'll see in the G League. Like some of these guys, a lot of these guys are end up G League players. There's not a lot of great. I've said this. Like there's not a lot of great rim protect. Like we love J Huff. J Huff was the defensive player of the year in the G League. J Huff is not recognized as some amazing rim protector in the NBA. That's not what he is.
It's a low bar in the
they're different. They're different. So they don't have the rim protection and they give up straight line drives. And if you can't guard anybody, that's what happens when you give up 90 points multiple times in summer league.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a lot of SEC football. Also later in the show, we got Fish and Nuggets. We got our top five.
Top five.
The Open. We'll check the Open leaderboard as round one is coming to a close at the Open Championship. So we'll check that out for you as well, and maybe look at some bets that you could look at after the first round of the Open Championship. We'll do all that when we come back. This is The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
The boy is mine.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel. It's time for our Pick Six, Mike. 6 classics that we're most looking forward to in the 2025 football season.
Las Vegas, obviously, that's the Grambling State University, Jackson State University clash. They're taking 2 iconic HBCU brands going to an NFL stadium in Las Vegas.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Back, everybody. This is The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker, John Roser, CJ Hurt, all with you here
Sing along,
this
Fish.
afternoon. It is week 47 of the football season, which means we are 5 weeks away from week 0. The SEC are holding its media days in Atlanta this week, and all the teams descending on Atlanta. All the coaches were speaking, and for the second year in a row, the biggest story to start SEC media days had to do with Nick Saban, who's no longer in the league. Yeah. Last year was Nick Saban couldn't get into SEC media days because he didn't have his credential. That was a big story. This year, Greg McElroy saying that Nick Saban is going to coach again. He heard from someone who is in the know that Saban's going to coach again. Well, Lane Kiffin, a former assistant of Nick Saban and a fan of Nick Saban, he talked about the coach returning.
I wouldn't be surprised. I kind of always thought that was going to happen. I kind of thought it would happen after 1 year. But, and I say that just because even seeing recent stuff with him and talking to him on the phone, at first I have no knowledge that he's coming back. I don't think anybody does that. I just, he's so sharp still. I almost feel like it's a waste that he's not. No disrespect to the media and what you guys do, but his ability to coach players and change lives in that, and he's so good at it. I just think he'll be back, whether that's NFL or college.
Whether that's NFL or college.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be NFL. There's no way he's going to the NFL.
I don't know why he would go to college. I mean, I don't know why Nick Saban would.
Why would he go back anywhere?
I think the college thing would be this. This would be the honest opinion: is that he now sees the landscape of it, and he's had a year on the sidelines to say, okay, this will be 2 years now on the sidelines, and he says, okay, now I know how to build this. I know how this is all going to work within NIL, where it all happened just in the heat of everything, and it's like he's got to adjust on the fly. Now he's going to have 2 years off to be like, okay, this is how I would structure all this and build it up. And whatever school he would have his eye on, it all gets worked through back channels and stuff. He would make sure I have the infrastructure in place. Nothing will stop me from getting the best players.
We talked about it on Monday, and my thought was he'd go back to a college program because when he left, he was like, I don't like the way this is going. There's all, now you can pay players. It's all weird. Like there's no rules.
Yeah.
Now there's rules, and now there's laws in place about NIL, and there's going to be salary caps and all this other stuff. So that kind of takes the uncertainty out of it. And I think Nick Saban's a guy who loves certainty. He wants, these are the rules. This is the way things run, and I'm going to figure out how to be good within these things. I just don't know where he would come back
and
to.
There's also, but there is what this also does bring back that everybody is saying is it will bring back some under the table dealings. Which is also where
he's good at that too.
He is great at that too. We remember Mark Ingram in the suits? Mark Ingram in the suit store? Like, so
where would he come back to?
Florida when Billy Napier gets fired?
I don't think he can come back to an SEC school.
Oh,
I think he can.
Because Alabama fans would go to his house and circle it with
like
pitchforks.
Everybody thought LSU would too. Like,
I don't know. Well, maybe he comes back to Alabama next year.
Auburn when Hugh Freeze gets fired.
Now that
I said
Let's
that.
go. Let's go.
That would be the funniest.
Now
option.
we're talking.
What if he goes to Jackson State?
What would
CJ,
be
you
an
suggested-
SEC school that would be a challenge? Is Arkansas.
I don't think he wants
that.
why would he want that challenge?
Yeah, Florida makes sense.
I mean, is
CJ,
it like
you
Belichick
said-
going to?
You said on Monday an interesting idea about going back to college, but going at a smaller level.
Oh, we see Jim Tressel caught that suspension ban, whatever it was, from the FBS, ends up at Youngstown State and has not looked to leave it since. And in fact, he's gone from, I do believe he was head football coach there to athletic director. He's just in that athletic director role now. If I'm like you, Lang, if the complaint is, hey, I don't like the way all this NIL stuff is going, well, you just go to a level of football where that stuff doesn't play as major a role. And that is at the FCS level, partially, sure, but it's really at the D2 level also. So if he's just itching to get back into coaching football, he can go to a D2 school. It won't be the same type of grind. It's going to be a grind because you're coaching still, but it won't be the same type of grind at a Valdosta State that it would be at a Georgia Tech or Georgia or one of those type schools. And you don't have to worry about the NIL component. And just like you were at Alabama, you're the king of the school. And you go to a D2 school, if you're Nick Saban, you'll be the biggest thing at that school, in that school's history. And then you can move over to the athletic director job as well and just leave your imprint there.
I think he should go to Jackson State and just erase all of Dion's records.
That would be tough because TC Taylor's doing a hell of a job. He could go to Arkansas. Well, no, not yet. There is a SWAC school somewhere or a MEAC school somewhere he can go to and leave an impact.
Tressel, he was at Youngstown State from 1986 to 2000. Then he took over Ohio State from 2001 to 2010. It is insane what he got fired for when you think about it now.
He's a damn dirty liar and a cheater. What do you mean it's insane? He looked the NCAA in their eyes and lied to them blatantly about what he knew. He should have been suspended.
We're talking about Harbaugh now? Or?
No. He didn't look him in the eye. He said he didn't know.
Then he was a consultant for the Indianapolis Colts. Then he was a consultant for the Indianapolis Colts for a year. Then he became the president at Youngstown State. From 2014 to 2023, he was the president of the school. And then since then, he left in 2023. He is now the lieutenant governor of Ohio.
Oh, goodness.
He's a politician.
Oh, that's not good.
He's on the Tommy
What?
Tuberville.
You mean he lies?
Underhanded deals?
They all lie.
Yeah, I mean, he's evil. I guess they're all.
That means every college football coach should be a politician.
Yeah, no kidding. The other story at SEC Media Days that has been going on now for the last few years has been scheduling for the Southeastern Conference and whether or not they should add another conference game to their schedule and go from 8 to 9. Well, Kirby Smart, head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs, he had his thoughts on the idea.
Every year. Yeah, every game in the SEC is important. I mean, I get it. That's a huge rivalry game. That's a tradition that I love. I grew up in Southwest Georgia, where it's easier to get to Auburn than it was Georgia from where I lived. So I respect that rivalry, but they're all big games, and so I would hate to lose that one if that happened. I think that's speculation, but. The 8-9 debate, everybody wants to have it, and I feel like we talk about it year-round except for during the season. During the season, we talk about the season, and this is the talking season, so everybody wants to talk about it. I don't have a preference. Forever, I was a 9-game proponent because it was better for our fan bases. It was better for television. It was better for increasing revenue, which is a huge demand right now on college athletics. So I like the idea of 9. My concern with the idea of 9 is, how are we picking the 12 or 14 teams and who's picking them and what do they value? Because I don't think we saw value in adding 9 more losses to our league last year in terms of the way they picked the teams. And, some people will take maybe resentment in that, but I don't look at it that way. I look at it as if we're going to play a 9th game, we need the right people making the right decisions in terms of who goes in.
That's my coach.
So talking about the playoff, and you're adding all a loss to
9
half the teams.
9 more teams are going to lose, or however many teams.
How many teams are in the
8 more
conference?
teams. 16.
16 teams?
No, 14. It went from 12 to 14.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14. It's 16.
No, 16.
It's 16.
So you're adding 8 more losses to the SEC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And does that hurt you when you're selecting teams for the college football?
I don't care.
What he's
Can we
complaining
just get
about
to the
is-
point where the Big Ten is like the AFC and the SEC is the NFC and just get this over with?
What he's complaining
Like,
about
can
is
we
the
please
selection.
just get to that point? All these damn commissioners do is just argue about this crap all the time. Well, we need 4 automatic qualifiers, and we need this qualifier, and you got to go to this on your schedule. Bro, we get it. The Big Ten and the SEC run everything. Can you guys please just... Y'all be like the NFL's college football, and then there will be everybody else. Can we just get to that point?
That's what he's talking about. He's complaining about the selection. He said it in there, kind of coded that the selection, we don't know the criteria for getting selected. So, 8 more teams in the SEC have a loss, and that, how do we know who gets in, who doesn't get in? Like, they were so obtuse with the way they put teams in last year. So you look at it and they're going to be like, well, these teams, now Ole Miss has 3 losses instead of 2 losses or whatever. Yeah. So maybe that keeps them out of the thing. Greg Sankey, the commissioner of the SEC, earlier this week talked about the playoff, college football playoff, and how the Big Ten has this one idea for who gets in. The SEC coaches all want the 5 plus 11, like the 5 automatic qualifiers and 11 at-large bids. And then Drinkwitz came out today and said he totally disagrees with that. And he thinks they should be automatic bids for certain things, and it's all confusing.
He wanted a 30-team playoff.
Well, he said his point was, and it kind of makes sense, that a school like Missouri is probably just not going to, if all things are equal, Notre Dame's going to be ranked higher than them just from name value, right? If they have the same record. And he was like, that probably would keep us from getting in the playoff if you're just taking at-large teams.
Yeah.
Which I kind of get the point.
Yeah, except for Indiana got in. So shut the hell up, Drinkwitz. What are we talking about?
Yeah. But that's because they were a number one team.
No, they weren't.
In the Big Ten, what'd they finish?
They finished. I don't.
Did they lose the championship?
Did they lose in the championship games? Okay, so but they were ranked like 8 or 9, right? So if Missouri does that in the SEC, they'll be in. I don't understand what everybody's posturing, to Roser's point, to try and get themselves the advantage. It's not that damn complicated. He said the two things that matter. The two things that matter is, and the one thing that really matters is revenue. An extra SEC game gives you money. That's why Sankey and the Big Ten, that's why they are trying to find a way to get more of their schools in these guaranteed automatic slots, because Greg Sankey and the SEC know eventually they're going to have to go to 9 games. The TV deals just won't allow them to run around and play Troy. I feel like I pick on Troy all the time. Give me another one of those type schools. Play UTEP or North Texas or Northern Alabama. Show your penis. Austin P, right? Like, they just won't continue to allow those games to be played. So what they're trying to do now, and I understand it, is say, okay, well, if we're not going to play them, guarantee that our top 4 teams get in, and we can do that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you got to play good teams.
Speaking of
we're heading to the thing I was saying about the AFC NFC thing is, like, I think we're heading to the point where you're saying about the automatic qualifiers. Yeah. I think we're heading to a point where it is only going to be the SEC and the Big Ten eventually. Like, that is what it will be, and that's what the playoff will be. That's how it will be, like AFC, NFC. And I just would rather hurry up and get to that point so we can get all this crap over with and we can stop arguing about it, because that's where I believe all this stuff is headed. The other thing, Eli Drinkwitz said he was not going to talk about the Epstein files today. He did say he said that too.
So he did talk,
which
about
led us to a totally different conversation of SEC coaches who would have knowledge about the Epstein files.
That's our top 5
in the group text. Yeah, we debated whether or not we should change our top 5 to that, which I'm in favor of actually doing that.
It'd be interesting.
I think a way more interesting top 5 list.
Speaking of ticket prices, though, like talking about college, like someone offered me tickets today to Georgia's second home game this year, free. They're playing Austin P.
Yeah, go P.
If you look at the Georgia schedule, first home game against Marshall, tickets as low. This is just on ESPN.com. Tickets as low as $101. Austin P. Tickets as low as $74. Third home game is against Alabama. Tickets as low as $426. All these SEC games are at least $190 all the way down. Georgia versus Texas, $601 in Athens. And then the funny part is Georgia at Mississippi State, $59. Maybe I'll go to that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stark Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. Short little
I bet
ride.
they have Uno. Stark Vegas.
Heck yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do in their tailgates. All right, let's check the over-under totals.
And they have chicks who dip. That's what I've heard about.
Don't smoke.
Not Oxford,
Here you
about
go.
Don't smoke, don't chew, don't go with girls who do.
Alabama, Georgia, and Texas all at 9.5. LSU, Ole Miss, Tennessee at 8.5. Auburn, Texas A&M, Florida, and South Carolina, and Missouri all at 7.5. Oklahoma 6.5, Arkansas 5.5, Vanderbilt and Kentucky now 4.5. Vandy's gone down from 5.5 down to 4.5, and Mississippi State at the bottom at 3.5. I would think, for how much we're talking about Florida and South Carolina, one of those two would have to go over 7.5, don't you think?
Yes, and I think both of them will. I'm surprised Auburn's at 7.5.
Yeah.
I mean, I know their quarterback situation was a disaster last year. And they got like
they brought in Jackson Arnold, the Oklahoma kid who sucked there. But maybe Hugh Freeze can.
I think the other one in there that I would take is I take the over on Oklahoma. Like I think they're going to be way better this year.
I'll take it back. I love Ole Miss over the 8.5. Look at their schedule. They go Georgia State at Kentucky, Arkansas, Tulane, LSU, Washington State. That should be 6-0. That should be 6-0. And so then the rest of their schedule, they have to win 3 out of at Georgia, at Oklahoma, South Carolina, the Citadel, Florida at Mississippi State.
They could only win 2 of those 5, though.
They could, but that even gets them. But you're saying 8.
Yeah.
So then you just got to find one more win. Like, I think Ole Miss can win 9.
But Ole Miss, they're gonna, Ole Miss, they're gonna lose to Arkansas week.
But they
3.
could go 9-3. Like Ole Miss winning 10 games
They always
is always
pull some
like
crap like that.
Ole Miss winning 10 can seem a bit of a stretch, but they can win 9.
They're gonna lose at Kentucky week 2.
Well, they lost to Kentucky at home last year, and that killed them from eventually making the playoff. And they blew the game at LSU.
Mississippi State only 3.5, but find me 4 wins on their schedule.
Dude, their schedule is brutal. Florida's schedule, once again, like. Florida's schedule is also another one. That's the thing when you look at these teams, you have to look at their schedules. And I looked at Ole Miss's and I was like, okay, like they don't play Alabama, they don't play Texas A&M, they don't.
If Florida's under 7.5, Billy Napier's gone.
Yes,
has to be.
Yes, and Nick Saban's going to be there.
And Nick Saban goes to Florida.
Nick Saban goes to Florida. Yeah.
Well, imagine that Spurrier podcast if Saban becomes the coach, just like throwing shots, throwing shade.
Yeah. Florida goes, like, they're at Miami, they're at LSU, they're home versus Texas, they're at Texas A&M, they have Georgia at home, they play at Ole Miss and versus Tennessee. They go back, their last 3 games of the year are at Ole Miss and then home against Tennessee and Florida State. Who knows what Florida State's going to be this year? Norvell, they better be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be
or Nick Saban.
You could see it there. It is realistic that you could look up at the end of the year when you look at all of these teams. Florida, Florida State, and Miami could all 3 be looking for new coaches. It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys both kind of poo-pooed on Auburn.
Yeah.
I'm not going to poo-poo on Auburn.
No.
Why do you look little here?
Who, me?
Yeah, you look little on the screen.
I don't know.
It's throwing me off, Fish. I'm just going to look at you.
Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze. He
Speaking of Epstein Island.
Hugh Freeze believes in much.
You know what? If I had to guess who was going to do that today, I would have guessed CJ. So if you would have gone to the Grind City Media Casino Resort and put a bet on Lang to do that, you would have gotten great plus money right there.
Great plus money there.
Great plus money. CJ was like minus 2,000 to do that.
Who's Auburn's quarterback?
I was waiting for a moment, Rosa. It didn't come to me.
Lane beat you to it.
Here is the head coach of the Auburn Tigers, Hugh Freeze, on what he believes in his team this year.
I truly believe that in the playoff run, we're going to be in this discussion because I love this team. I think we've got to stay healthy and we need the ball to bounce our way a couple times this year instead of against us, I'm sure. But that's our full expectation. We embrace the fact that is what Auburn should be in those talks year in, year out. And it takes a little time to build it, and we've been doing that. And certainly I wish we would have won more games a few times, but the future is very bright in my eyes.
In my eyes.
There you go. War Eagle.
I talked to somebody, Mo Carter, sports director at Fox 54 in Huntsville. He was telling me that there's a lot of hope and excitement in Auburn. He's had a couple of top 10 recruiting classes the past 2 seasons. All those guys are still there, and they've been playing. So part of the reason why Auburn's been the way that they've been the past couple of seasons is they're playing a lot of young players, but those young players are talented. Now they're no longer young and they're experienced, so maybe, just maybe,
it's
it
the
works.
Dabo Clemson thing. Like we're not doing a ton in the transfer portal, but like our guys aren't leaving either. We're keeping them. They stay here.
But I'll believe it when I see it. Like if there would have been something there, a moment or something of Auburn jumped up and bit somebody in the ass last year or the year before that, and I don't recall that happening. In fact, Auburn's been losing to the Vanderbilts of the world in the SEC. So I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. All right, let's do some fish nuggets. We got a lot of baseball nuggets here today. The first one, Kyle Schwarber. Schwarbs of the Phillies is the first non-pitcher in MLB history to win an All-Star Game MVP without getting a hit in the game itself. How about that, Roser?
There you go. Won the MVP and didn't get a hit.
That can't be.
That's what it is.
It is.
He didn't even get a hit in the game, yet he wins MVP.
A lot of pitchers win the MVP, don't get a hit in the game.
Yeah. How about this nugget? Every Major League Baseball All-Star Game since 2003 has featured a former Memphis Redbird.
Huh.
Tuesday, Brandon Donovan and Randy Arozarena were both on the team.
Shout out Randy Arozarena.
Yeah.
Let's. All right.
Paul Skeens is the first starting pitcher in the StatCast era to throw 4 pitches at 100 miles per hour in an All-Star game. He's unbelievable. He was also 6-0 entering the break last year, the best record at the break by a pitcher who started the All-Star game. He was 4-8 entering the break this year. It's the worst record at the break by a pitcher who started the All-Star game.
Oh, there you go.
How about that? Byron Buxton of the Twins has 21 bombs, 17 stolen bases, and has not been caught stealing this year. He's the first player in history to have at least 20 and 15 without a caught stealing at the All-Star break.
Did the Miz get in the game?
Miz got in the game and was dynamic.
Yeah.
He threw a 98-mile-an-hour slider. It was unbelievable.
That's like Randy Johnson stuff right there.
It was crazy. He showed that he deserved to be in the game. Cal Raleigh, meanwhile, joins Ken Griffey Jr. as the only Mariners champions of the Home Run Derby and becomes the first catcher in 39 years to win the Home Run Derby.
You know, I saw Cal Raleigh, 38 home runs at the All-Star break?
That's right.
The only other player to have at least 38 home runs at the All-Star break was Barry Bonds, who had 39 at one point. So, Cal Raleigh, the big dumper.
The big dumper. Here's what he accomplished with his Home Run Derby win. Most home runs at the All-Star break by a Home Run Derby winner, 38. Mm-hmm. First primary position catcher to win the Home Run Derby. And second switch hitter to win the Home Run Derby, joining Ruben Sierra, who shared a win in 1989.
Ruben Sierra won the Home Run Derby.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, football nugget. Boise State has been picked to win every year they've been in the Mountain West Conference. This is their final season before heading to the Pac-12.
Are they picked to win this year?
They are.
Of course.
Okay, like this
Every
is
year
media?
they've ever been
this
in.
is media?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought maybe because their last year there'd be some Mountain
Snobby
West,
media.
snobby media, yeah. Be like the Baseball Hall of Fame writers.
The,
Like,
the legacy Mountain West
won't
media.
let you in on your first try, yeah.
Screw these
Winba nugget. Angel Reese. How about these numbers in July?
Yeah, she's killing it.
18.9 points, 12.8 boards, and 55.6% field goals,
Good
ranking
for her.
5th, 1st, and 4th.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Turns out she's actually a pretty good player.
Yeah, she's really good. And then this for CJ. Michigan is the first school ever to have a first-round selection in the NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, and NHL drafts in the same year. How about that?
That's impressive.
Yeah.
It's always great to be a Michigan Wolverine.
Will
What is
Horkoff.
comp balance A?
Don't worry about all of that.
I don't know what that
He was a
It was
38
a,
pick.
it was a compensation pick.
Yeah, whoever drafted him.
Had a free agent sign somewhere else.
Or no, they got penalized. Somebody got penalized for some type of tampering, if I remember correctly.
Well, in baseball, there's a compensation picks where it's like restricted free agency, but if they go elsewhere, you get a pick at the end of the round.
Yes, but I don't think that's what happened here. I'm trying to remember who ended up tampering or who did something wild during like free agency in baseball and they actually lost their first round pick. Why do I feel like it was the Phillies?
38th is a lot, like pretty late. I mean, there's only 30 teams.
Yeah, so that's why I saw this as like, okay, great, but like, yeah, that's what happened. If I'm remembering correctly, I'll figure out which team it was.
All right.
By the way, I just looked at Auburn.
It was the Yankees
Auburn,
exceeded the luxury tax.
That's what it was. Thank you.
you said Auburn was 7.5 wins. I looked at their schedule. I see why.
Really?
I think there's a path to 8 here. At Baylor, Ball State, and South Alabama to open the season. That could easily be 3-0.
Is Baylor
right
good
there.
this year?
Yeah, I don't know. But, like, that's a winnable game if Auburn's supposed to be anything. Like, you win that game. Should be 3-0 right there. Mercer, the next to last game of the year, so you're at 4 right there. Kentucky, Missouri.
At Vandy.
At Vandy. At Arkansas. That gets you 8 right there, and that's without at Oklahoma, at A&M, Georgia, and Alabama. Kentucky's going to suck. Their quarterback is Zach Calzada.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here? We watched that kid play.
They'll be better than last year.
And every year, Mark Stoops says he's going to open up Kentucky's offense, and guess what happens? They never open up the offense.
This is it for Mark Stoops.
Yes.
That's too bad.
If you're going to win 8 games and keep your job, you got to be fun. 7, 8 games, like, you got to be fun. They're not fun.
No.
And they probably should have let him go after the Georgia game last year because the way he botched the end of the Georgia game was a debacle.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got our top 5. Hey, and we got, Summer League stuff. Oh, and the Open Championship. We'll give you a leaderboard update on that. That's all coming up here on The Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
To get to the main event. And you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, we want truth.
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, we want truth. You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes me off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
These are the Jordan 1, the crystals. These are the shoe that retails for $1,000. Oh, extra crystals. So if your crystals fall off, if your crystals fall off, actually these are the black crystals because they have. So the shoe has black crystals on there as well too. So you get an extra package of black crystals.
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Odds Couple.
There you go, Fish.
Yep.
Single.
This is the large program. It is a week
Single.
47.
Something Kyle Schwarber couldn't do in the actual All-Star game.
Didn't need to.
Didn't need to. Just went deep 3
Saved
times
it.
in the swing off.
Bogus MVP. Can't believe they didn't give him an ESPY.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good point. We have our top 5 at this time. Each and every week. And today's top 5 in honor of SEC Media Days is the top 5 SEC quarterbacks. Top 5 SEC quarterbacks. And let me tell you something. This is not an easy task. I'll go ahead and get started with the top 5. Number 5 on my list, I'm putting Austin Simmons of Ole Miss. I have no idea if he's going to be really good, but I trust in Lane Kiffin.
I love this.
I trust in Lane Kiffin. I was going to put either Austin Simmons or Joey Aguiar in there because I trust Josh Heupel too.
Yeah.
And so I got Austin Simmons. And number 4, DJ Lagway. I don't understand the fascination with DJ Lagway. He had 12 touchdowns and 9 picks last year.
Yeah, look at the people he was on a team with.
But they played a lot better as the year went on. That is true. So I got Lagway up there. Lenora Sellers at number 3. I know a lot of lists are talking about him for Heisman. He had 18 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, threw for 211 yards per game. Not staggering numbers either. I don't really understand the fascination with him coming into this season, to be honest with you. Garrett Nussmeier's numbers are pretty good. I'll put him at number 2 for LSU. And then at number 1, I'm going with Arch Manning.
Oh, no.
You are Paul Feinbaum. You believe the hype.
He is the betting leader for the Heisman Trophy this year.
That's crazy.
The betting leader for the Heisman Trophy. The
lot of
odds-on
people in
favorite
Texas
to
have
be
money.
the Heisman Trophy winner. So if he's anything close to that, yeah, and I believe he will be. I'm going Arch Manning.
Fish,
at number one.
I got to say, I love your mid takes right there in the middle of that top 5.
They were mid, all right.
No. I think your Lagway and Lenora Sellers. I'll get to Nussmeier. You save Nussmeier for me.
Okay.
All right.
Well, there you go. There's I will say this about my list. I left somebody off, and I should have put him on there.
Gunnar Stockton.
And I don't know who I'd take off, but Taylon Green from Arkansas should be on there.
Taylon Green's a good player.
His numbers were as good as anybody returning this year. His numbers are as good as everybody's but Garrett Nussmeier.
And you left off the quarterback at Nashville.
Diego's. I love Diego. Love watching him play.
He's the only reason they were worth a crap.
He's not that great.
But he was the only reason they were worth a crap. Let's get to it.
Get to my list, because I had Diego on my list. I tried to go on guys. I didn't put guys on who we haven't seen play.
Other than?
Well, we saw Arch play a little bit against Georgia last year, and he was pretty good when he did play. But I don't know if he's going to be good or not. Like, who knows once he's, QB1. I kind of feel like Steve Spurrier might have been right. Like, this guy couldn't unseat Quinn Ewers, who was a 7th-round pick. Like, how good was he really in college? I don't know. That's what Steve Spurrier said. I listened to the head ball coach. Diego Pavia, we saw him last year. Sellers to me and Lagway, they could go either way with me. I thought Lagway was really good when I saw him last year, and that Florida team was so bad around him. Hopefully they have better. Like, they had a 400-pound defensive lineman as their fullback last year. Hopefully they get some more pieces to give him stuff to do. But he was great till he got hurt. If he stays healthy, I think he'll be good. And Nussmeier is like, I think he'll probably. They were saying he might be like the number 1 pick in the NFL draft in a year or two. He's got all the tools. His dad's an offensive coordinator in the league and all that stuff. So he's got the talent and all that stuff. And if he puts it together, they'll be good too. But Manning and all these other guys, Gunnar Stockton at Georgia, the Alabama guy who was the backup, Ty Simpson's his name. Like, all those guys, we didn't really see much of them, so I don't know what to expect. I don't know how good they are. So, CJ?
I'll go, if we're going to do this, I'm going to go with my guy, Marcel Reed. That's the player that I love. For no other reason, he graduated from my high school. So, shout out Marcel. Good luck to you. John Mateer. As we check the notebook, workplace slay.
All day.
Every day. He was top 20 in yards per game, passing touchdowns, and yards per attempt. He was top 10 in passing touchdowns and yards per attempt last year at Washington State. He transfers to Oklahoma following his offensive coordinator. So I'm just going to assume the offense they ran up there in Washington State, they're going to be running to Oklahoma. So that means he's got a good feel for it. Here's my issue with Nussmeier. Nussmeier is 3rd on my list versus ranked teams. He had 6.5 yards per attempt. Unranked teams, 8.1. Completion percentage, ranked teams, 55. Unranked, 67. Touchdowns, 6. 23. Interceptions, 5 interceptions versus ranked teams, only 7 against unranked teams. 287 yards per game versus unranked, 287 yards per game versus ranked, 319 versus unranked, right? Like he had moments last year where he disappeared in big games. And so that's my curiosity with him. Does he have that fixed? Lenora Sellers is so dynamic. He's number 2 for me. And I'm that Florida team looked different. We talked about it, Rob. The stats I don't think are doing Lagway justice. I think after that Georgia game, he got knocked out in the Georgia game, so put that out of there. I think they were like 4-1 with them at quarterback. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see what Lagway looks like. If you're asking me, hey CJ, which quarterback in the SEC would you take right now? It would be Lagway.
All right, Roser.
All right. Let's go DJ Lagway at number 5. I really don't care about most of this. Lagway at number 5, I think he's going to be really fun to watch, and I'm rooting for the kid. It'd be nice to see Florida have a good football team for the first time in what seems like a really long time. Maybe since Dan Mullen, they last made the SEC title game. Kyle Trask was the quarterback at Florida. Nussmeier, number 4. And look, I feel bad. I should have just left Nussmeier off of this. CJ, I'll piggyback on you. This kid is so overrated. Nussmeier, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and he could have thrown about 20 interceptions if you really watch this kid throw the ball. So many balls.
But he didn't.
So many balls that are just horrible passes that should have absolutely been picked off. You know who he is? Do you love Carson Beck? You love Carson Beck?
Yeah, big
No,
Carson
I don't.
Beck fan.
28 touchdowns, 12 picks last year for Carson Beck, and nobody loves him. You want to draft Garrett Nussmeier number 1 overall, be one of the worst number 1 overall picks in NFL draft history. But we'll take Lenore Sellers number 3, also incredibly. We're going with fun here. Lenore Sellers, fun.
Yeah.
Lagway, fun. Pavia, fun. Electric factory on the field, Diego Pavia. And number 1, look, 4 of the 5 years under Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss has been top 3 in the SEC in passing yards. They've been top 5 in points per game in all 5 years under him. This kid, Austin Simmons, played 9 games last year, was 19 of 32, completed basically 60% of his passes, 2 touchdowns, no picks, including 5 of 6, 64 yards on a touchdown drive against the Georgia Bulldogs when Jackson Dart went out. This is a bank on Lane Kiffin and his offense. This kid, 19 years old, already has his degree, so he's got it up here too. Got it up here. Austin Simmons, you say we're crazy now. He will be the best quarterback in the SEC this year.
Yeah, Roser.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go. Hotty toddy.
Gosh almighty, I'm curious about Diego Pavia because I feel like with all the shit he's been talking, they're just going to rearrange
Oh,
his
they
face.
might, yeah.
Right, like it's okay. That's
Yeah.
how you feel about it. Cool, come here. Y'all aren't sneaking up on
You
us. We're
still
gonna-
don't
we're
have
gonna
an
get up
offensive
for you.
line. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
skill position players aren't.
No,
that
absolutely. You talk enough trash, and it's like, yo, man.
I think
yeah.
Oklahoma not only got Mateer from Washington State, but they got the running back from Cal, Jaden Ott,
Yeah.
who was hurt last year, but the year before he's got like over 2,000 yards career rushing. He's a great player. So like they actually have some weapons in the backfield with him this year. So I don't know.
There's a couple things that goes to a couple of teams in the SEC this year, Oklahoma and then Auburn also. Oklahoma last year, they lost all of their receivers. They all got hurt. They didn't have any They had no wide receivers last year. They were all injured. So maybe Jackson Arnold is not like god awful, and he ended up getting benched. During the season. So maybe actually Hugh Freeze does have something to work with him in Auburn, and Jackson Arnold's not just going to be some overrated 5-star recruit. Maybe there is something there because Oklahoma just got depleted last year on offense. And Mateer, it's going to be – that kid was awesome at Washington State. It's going to see he makes the jump to the SEC, how good he is this year. There's a – and then Kalen DeBoer. Did you hear Kalen DeBoer's comments? Like – maybe it's a transfer thing. You don't want your quarterbacks to transfer, but he said, we got 3 quarterbacks taking snaps right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's because you don't want the other ones to transfer. But one of them, the backup to Ty Simpson, is 6'6", 235. That is a truck.
Jeez,
That
that's a
is
fullback, dude.
Yeah, that's a fullback.
Wow.
They got Mike Allstott.
Well, they also had the guy from Washington who was with DeBoer and transferred down now.
Yeah.
Tennessee's quarterback is the biggest, like, what if? Like, that's got to be the biggest thing is Tennessee.
Yeah. Today, we got Grizzlies basketball. Grizzlies
Let's
taking
go.
on the Atlanta Hawks. What time we getting going?
I'm not sure.
There it is.
I'm on the pregame show.
4:45 pregame show.
Oh, I thought it was 5:15. All right, great. 4:45.
5 o'clock tip with
Guess
the
I
Grizz.
should be here on time.
And the Atlanta Hawks. Major League Baseball returns tomorrow. All right. We gave you some good over-unders today. Hope you enjoyed those.
I'm jacked for football. I'm glad. I love the SEC Media Days episode because that means we're right around the corner.
That's right. And we'll be talking a lot of football up until kickoff in 5 weeks. All right. That's going to do it for us here today. For CJ, for Roser, for Lang, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us. Good luck with all your bets this weekend. We'll talk to you again Monday on The Odds Couple at 2 o'clock right here on Grind City Media.